Hey guys, welcome back. I'm J-Dub, and today we're going to finally see if we can get a good scan from the seal by 3DMaker Pro. First off, thank you all for your comments and suggestions. They've been so helpful and they've been great to hear, and that's actually part of what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm going to be taking some of your tips and suggestions found in the comments and on the Facebook group for the seal, and along with a tip from 3DMaker Pro themselves, we're going to put those to the test and see if we can actually get something good, because that's what we want. That's why we're here. Fingers crossed. Okay, so recap. We unboxed and set up the scanner and it ended in disappointment. Then we did some further testing and found out how the scanner and the JM Studio program actually work together and got some promising but still disappointing results. Great for weirdly shaped nature things though. Next, we used the detail fix from the 3DMaker Pro support team and got better models, but our scans are still turning out terrible. The latest news is we got an email tip on how to get better scans by fixing up our lighting and lighting up the objects from all angles. At least that's what it looks like. So that'll actually bring us to our first test, lighting our subject brightly. Subject brightly. All right, so we've got the scanner hooked in, we've got our item right here, we've got all the lighting set up. That's why it looks so weird right now. I'm not lighting for me, I'm lighting for the object. And so let's see what this scan can do. So we're gonna go into easy scan mode. You can see it start up. We're gonna look at our preview and just anchor my hand there and bring that sensitivity. We'll just say all the way up for now because we know even though it might get some noise, it will give us the best results. All right, so we got that preview window going and it looks pretty good. We are in fine. We don't need to be doing texture, and we're gonna do our first scan. Let it do a complete rotation. So far, just from the preview, it is looking a little cleaner, which is promising. We'll have to see how those scan results go to see if we get any noise. All right, so far about a halfway around. And then I'm gonna move the scanner to the top so we can get down into those top crevices of that text, get the details in there. All right, gonna move to the top. There's one thing that I do like, that preview window actually shows some good information to get us scanning correctly. I'm looking to go a little farther away just because the text is on the top of the model, not the plate. I think that's probably good enough, so we're gonna stop it there. Because we've learned previously that the more pictures you have doesn't necessarily mean the better. Okay, rebuilding, and I will see you on the other end. All right, it's done processing. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so it looks like it's pretty much similar to all the other results we're getting. It's got a whole ton of noise, assuming from reflections. This is the matte spray painted one, and yep, still the same. Let's see what the model looks like. Okay, so since that one didn't quite work, I turned on the warehouse light, see if we can get some more light on here. Let's see how that works. Okay, going back to easy scan. Grab our scanner, get our boy in view. Oof, this is chugging. All right, now that's rebuilding. Let's see how that point cloud turns out. All right, point cloud is done. So let's take a look. Yep, still all those artifacts that we were seeing earlier, all that noise. Feel like the Grinch, hating noise. All right, let's see how that model turns out. It's probably gonna be the same. And on to the next test. All right, so this is the one suggested by you guys, and that is to black out everything. So, okay, well, it's not totally dark, but you get the picture. The goal, I think, is to eliminate all reflections if possible and all external noise that might be affecting this model, and it's only gonna be producing light from the scanner. I'm hoping this red light doesn't affect anything. It shouldn't, but at least now you can see me in all my shadowy glory. Okay, let's try this scan again. All right, so the only light is coming from the scanner itself. We can up the brightness or lower it. Let's see if we can make it brighter. Maybe blasting it with its own light is the best way to go. Okay, we are at 9. That is very bright. Okay, it is showing red, so that's probably too bright. Let's drop it. I do have OBS going, which is why it's probably going super slow. I'm gonna stop recording for a second, get this brightness all set up, and then we can keep going. Okay, so turns out even with the lights off, we don't need that much light from the scanner. It's down to a 4, and we'll start scanning. And we are on the latest software, 2.15.008 something. There's supposed to be some good bug fixes in there, but we will see if that is true or not. All right, and we are done processing. Let's take a look. Nope, same noise, all the same. All right, so it looks like doesn't matter what type of light source we're gonna be using, whether it's full blast or not, like just from this, we're getting the same noise. It's all the same. Let's try the next thing. All right, for this next test, we have coated this thing in flour. You can tell in some of the other shots that we doused this thing in flour, and we're gonna see if this actually works. I am back to the lighting that was suggested by 3DMaker Pro, so let's do it. And we're just gonna put that brightness back down to 2, because we have all these external lights. Get it centered, scan. All right, we're done processing. Let's look at that point cloud. I mean, it's a little better. Still noisy, guys. Curious to see what this model looks like.
Okay, we might actually have a decent scan here.
Okay, and just to be thorough, we're gonna turn off all the lights again and do it again with the flour on it, but at this point, I don't know how we're gonna get any better scans than this. So, let's try it. And we're done. Okay, let's see. Give me the money. Oh, hey. I mean, there's less on one side of it. Let's see how this model turns out.
Okay, looks like we're onto something. Flour does make a difference. Woohoo!
All right, guys, here is the last scan that we're gonna do today. And this is of the model that we did it the first time. So we're gonna have the lighting tip that 3DMaker Pro has told us about. We're gonna coat it in flour, and we are having our brightness in easy scan all the way down, sensitivity up, doing it fine. This should be the best settings that we can actually do for scanning small objects. Okay guys, this is it. This is gonna be the accumulation of all the knowledge and tips that I have, and this is gonna be a good tell of how well this scanner actually is doing or not doing. So let's go for it. All right, so it's finally rebuilt, and let's take a look. Doesn't look that promising. Looks like it's missing a lot of information. Still was unable to catch a lot of it. Looks like there's a lot of noise on the edges. But let's take a look at the model.
Okay, some detail indicate we are really noisy here, but I believe that's due to my scanning, not getting enough information on there. But we can see some layer lines on the base. We did get a lot of information on that base, and you can see those showing up there, which is promising. That it's boding well for that. The flour is doing the Lord's work right here, pulling some miracles out of thin air. Where there is detail, you can actually see it starting to come through. It looks like it wants to. I know this one came down to my scanning technique, and that's no fault of the scanner itself, but on the previous test we can see that it does have some limitations. And here you can see why. There is an email that I got from 3DMaker Pro after filming this, and as you can see, they're saying there's a specific size it works best within, which unfortunately is not what was advertised, but it's late, and let's close out this video.
All right, guys, thank you so much for leaving your tips and suggestions. I really appreciate and read all of them. I wish we could have gotten something better today. The models haven't turned out exactly as hoped. I know this is a complicated model, but should still be within the realm of the specs advertised of the scanner. At this point, I'm not going to scan any more models because I think we've got the proof that we needed. I'll be continuing to connect with 3D Maker Pro and see if there's anything else that we can do to get better scans, but for the acclaimed detail and accuracy, it's just not living up to what it was advertised as. But even after all that frustration, I have had a bit of fun using this. I know this is a complicated model, but with the acclaimed specs that the scanner has, I would have expected something better than what we've been getting. Anyway, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Hope you have a great Christmas, and we will see you next time.